Are you ready, kids? I said, are you ready, kids?
I don't see any kids here.
Yeah, there's no kids here.
Oh, damn it.
Wait, children at heart. Aye, Exan.
I'm one of those mythical, myth fans of Nickelodeon that actually prefers Avatar and Legend of Korra over silly stuff like Spongebob. So, no, I'm
You
not
can
ready.
like both. I like both.
Well, I don't.
Eat me.
Fun fact: the team that made the SpongeBob game before this, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, the game was so bad that team went out of business. So, yeah.
Yikes.
They could have gone through this like completely dead-eyed with disinterest in what they were making, but goddamn, they did it right.
Yeah, because that does happen. The first example I can think of is Bubsy, where I believe it was Bubsy 2, where developers stabbed plush dolls of Bubsy with pencils and scissors in order to take out their frustration. So that
The voodoo magic isn't working.
Magic Conch Shell, will I ever be developing a not licensed game?
No.
No.
Oh.
On the subject of circular shadows, I'm noticing that only SpongeBob has
Ball?
a properly shaped
Ball?
shadow.
That's not how you land.
Well, you are underwater, so.
Good point. Well made.
Physics engines back in the day were a trip.
Yeah.
Why does SpongeBob have a giant ball of the Google Chrome icon?
Google Chrome didn't even exist in 2004. That was like a late 2000s.
But Google did.
It always
Yeah.
baffled me as a kid, though, that they got the voice actor for Bubble Buddy, who literally has, like, what, 2 lines?
2 lines.
In the episode he appears, and they get that guy's voice actor, but Mr. Krabs. It was like, as a kid, I was like, they got Bubble Buddy, but Mr. Krabs
Well,
sounds
Bubble Buddy
weird.
might be one of the guys that are already here. Like, it could be Tom Kenny for all we know.
Any platformer, but specifically in 3D ones.
Where
that
are you looking? Patrick, I'm over here. It's like, okay, we're not making eye contact, I get it, but he's like looking up and to the right.
He's
like,
looking for his
seeing
socks.
something shiny.
Yeah,
he's looking in the wrong direction.
I don't think the writing of the game in its entirety is on the same caliber as the cartoon show, but there are some things that do sneak up on me, like the golden turkey baster line that we just exchanged with Patrick.
A golden.
And SpongeBob corrects him with spatula, and he just says, "Bless you." Shit like that. Will catch me
Yeah.
off.
Mr. Krabs, your voice. What happened? Every single mission has its own name. This one is called Annoy Squidward. And all you have to do is just jump up and down over and over, and then eventually
Like an idiot.
he'll give you a spatula. And also you
So
get a
this
song
falls
for
on Annoy Squidward Day.
Oh, what was that?
Basically.
What day was that? Like March the 27th or something like that?
The Brain Scratch commentaries. I see they are playing a SpongeBob game for once. Let's see how long it takes before they start quoting it incessantly.
Hopefully more
Part
than two parts.
Part two.
Maybe if we get it all out of our system now, we'll actually talk about the game come
No.
like part. No,
No.
that's wrong.
And
That's a lie and you know
That's
it.
the non-SpongeBob guy saying that, so you know he fucking means it. So
90% of what I know from SpongeBob is frickin' memes and YouTube poops. Okay, so many YouTube poops.
The most unsuccessful restaurant in Bikini Bottom, because the store closes at 6.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. I love the robot introduction cutscenes. Every time there's a new enemy added to the game, they have these little cutscenes where they show off the robots terrorizing people, which also gives you an idea of their attacks and how you're supposed to try to dodge them. In this case, just don't go near them for these little guys. But
the reason why I love SpongeBob so much in the earlier stuff is because a lot of the humor was very. There were multiple layers to a lot of jokes, very much like the early Simpsons shit.
Oh, is this
Or
where
Animaniacs
like
and
this is where like Ghostbusters fans start to describe the humor as cerebral, right?
So
you need a really high IQ in order to understand
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I wouldn't call it Rick and Morty levels, but
the episode where Squidward eats the Krabby Patties and then he goes, it'll go straight to your thighs. And the funny part to that for me as a kid was, and then you'll blow up, which is still funny, granted. But as an adult, I'm like, oh wait, no, it will go straight to my thighs. Oh god. From what I remember, I don't really so much remember Ren and Stimpy being gross, but more just bizarre. Like, you know, it's just like, why is a guy made out of buttered toast? Because, oh, sorry, powdered toast. I'm getting...
Powder toast.
Yeah.
That's Ed and Eddie is the buttered toast.
Yeah, it's more that Ren and Stimpy kind of mixed the gross out with the bizarre, which made it particularly weird in comparison to
Almost
everything
like
else
very,
around
very Twilight Zone.
it. Yeah.
Wow, okay, that's not one thing I would ever see being...
It's the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking of bizarre.
But
and
I already have rubber nipples. It's like, what?
What? Yeah, pretty much that. That's probably Ren and Stimpy in a nutshell, really. I have to say, using the tongue as a sled is a great callback to.
I hate that. I hate
No,
that
not
jump.
hibernate.
I hate
What,
this.
that jump? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, there was no. I forgot how many times I had to. Thankfully, this game does have those teleport boxes that allow you to backtrack to the beginning of section. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't.
That works.
Yeah, that counts.
We take the.
Okay, so close only counts on horseshoes, hand grenades, and getting socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because come on, if you're in a hurry and you find your socks stranded all over the floor, you ain't got time to match.
Well, you know, it's the static electricity, man. You just spent the last like minute sledding across the ground with your tongue. It was gonna cling, you know.
Yeah.
But he's underwater and he's a sponge.
I like playing as Spongebob a lot, but I like playing as Sandy a lot more than playing as Patrick. Also,
A far cry from her last playable appearance in Resident Evil 4.
Wrong, different role, Ryan.
Ah.
Sandy was my favorite character in Resident Evil 4.
Ashley and Sandy have the same voice actors.
Voice actors.
Hello and welcome back to SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. What? Never. Okay, never.
SpongeBob has been pardoned for his crimes.
I'm sorry, but Squidward tentacles will not be playable in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom because he's been arrested for tax fraud.
We are considering Squidward Tortellini, though.
When you said bikini pardon, I was imagining like a bunch of men and women in bikinis. Yes, all of them in bikinis in a courtroom.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, I'm dumb. I just realized that the town's name's Bikini Bottom. Like a bikini bottom, like the bottom part
Really?
of a...
You just
wow.
now getting
I'm
that?
Really?
dumb. I'm dumb! Okay, jeez.
Holy fuck, Ted.
It's one of... Okay, here's the thing. SpongeBob came out in 1999. I was 6 years old. So I'm not going to get that joke when I'm 6 years old, okay? One thing I do appreciate that they did with Patrick in that is they gave him more moves to make him more fun. Like, one simple thing they did was they gave him a cartwheel move, where basically he moved a little bit faster, and while you were moving, you could ram into small enemies. And it's such a simple thing to add that makes him much more fun to play.
So he became Diddy Kong.
So they
Kinda, yeah.
A cartwheel. So they capitalized on the fact that he is indeed a starfish.
Except for the fact that since one of his limbs is larger than the others, he shouldn't actually be able to do a cartwheel. But whatever, you know, we'll just roll with it, or cartwheel.
Roll with it.
With it, I suppose. All right.
Well, he had a funny story about his acting career where he went to like a school because actor and it's a fun guest to have. Obviously, the kids had no idea who he was until he started doing the Mermaid Man voice.
Oh, geez. Actually, you want to know what? That reminds me of an interview I saw with the actor for Professor Oak, where he was a stage actor as well.
Yeah, Stuart Zagnit.
Yeah, and a lot of the different people, like the younger kids who were also working on that show, like didn't know that until he started doing like Professor Oak lines, and then they all like wanted him to keep on do the voice, say the thing.
Well, if you're doing voice work, you're not really having to exert or go to like sets and deal with the weather and stuff. It's probably easier to do when you're older.
But you also probably don't have a 401k, and you have to, like, save up.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So you're saying that I should blow all my money on hookers and blow?
I mean, are the hookers and blow offering voice work?
I mean, how would the blow do voice work?
The blow specifically is the blow offering voice work.
It's cocaine. It can't talk, John. Have you been taking too much cocaine?
Maybe the cocaine's talking to me.
Let's go ask Jim Belushi.
Okay, so now we know what John does with all of his YouTube money. Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
College debt and blow.
College debt. That college debt can go.
Anyone
That
remember
is
Magilla
frightfully
Gorilla?
accurate.
Who?
Did you say Manila Gorilla?
Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla. Okay. Okay. It was like. I mean, I know who you were talking about, but it's like I thought you said Manila Gorilla.
No.
Just a Manila envelope with gorilla arms.
The Thriller in Manila Gorilla.
Yeah.
It probably would be a more interesting show if it was a manila envelope with gorilla arms, to be fair.
He's not wrong.
Oh, no, damn it, no! Well, shit.
That's the 360-degree rotation of frustration.
Yeah, basically. Why didn't I cut?
Yeah. Because wait, how long is the part? It's 14 minutes. You didn't want it to be an 11-minute part.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna.
Go back to 2007 YouTube.
Yeah. No, Konami, you know, this needs more erotic violence.
And pachinkos.
Maybe
But sir, it's a SpongeBob game.
that must be what they ask second. Then it's just like, okay, we got a pachinko machine. What can we add now? Erotic.
About a pachinko machine that you can fuck. I think it's time to sit down, Mr. Konami. That's not my name.
You see, you're saying that, and I noticed that slightly phallic-shaped pile of rocks that was to our right over there. So you know, maybe that's
Anything's phallic if you look hard enough.
well, even a vagina.
Especially a vagina.
No, because a vagina cannot be phallic, because phallic means penis. Ryan. There's a word for it. But I don't know what it is, and I'll also.
Unphallic.
I mean, okay, I guess that also works. Okay, I'm glad the part's over. All right, we're done. I'm stopping this before.
Someone's gonna take this video, but a specific timestamp. It's like, well, so what's Brain Scratch Comms like? It links to SpongeBob at this specific time, saying, "Can a vagina be phallic?"
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Oh, no, we don't have the jelly spotters with us. We're never going to be able to catch King Jellyfish. Oh, one thing I also like is that the jellyfish sings the theme song to the level in the shower. It's a peanut butter. Oh, you see, I'm a dumbass. It's a peanut butter shower curtain because he's a jellyfish.
Fish.
Oh, wow, I suck.
Why have the shower curtain on only one side?
I don't know.
Why
for
have
the
a
view.
shower curtain underwater?
Hey, SpongeBob, if we're underwater, then how can there be a fire?
Four parts.
So we beat him up, and then he just gives it to us, I guess. Cool.
Beating you is hard.
Yeah, so we needed that.
Now, once you put the football gear on, I'm disappointed.
Extracurricular stuff that your parents sign you up for.
Oh, man. I loved soccer. I loved soccer so much. Playing soccer was my favorite sport.
Playing
I was
soccer sucked.
I was so happy to be signed up to soccer up through the 8th grade. It was great. I say with no sarcasm in my voice whatsoever. Yeah, so don't...
Oh.
Fantastic introduction to the character.
Yeah, Sandy just kind of appears. Like, they don't explain why she's willing to help or whatever. She's just there.
Around.
Yeah.
Kind of
or
like
whatever.
she's just there in the show.
Yeah.
What's with this frickin' squirrel in a diving outfit? Why?
The fact that stuff was underwater was really just more of a visual theme. Like, they didn't really make that many jokes about it all that often, you know?
Well, there's only so many jokes you can do with it.
Yeah. I mean, that is true, granted.
Although my favorite is still when they go above water and then they're just puppets.
The realistic objects.
Yeah. And for some reason, Squidward grows 2 extra arms. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. In this part, we continue our adventures as Sandy Cheeks. Yep, Sandy Cheeks.
Yeah.
In her Bikini Bottom. I'm back. Yeah.
The timing of your intro made it seem to me for just an instant that your voice was coming out of Sandy's mouth. That was a moment.
Well,
But Lewis, you're Sandy in the thumbnail.
Apparently, I'm told I stopped watching right before Steven Universe got good, which
Then you didn't get past the first season. Are you sure it was the?
There was like a VHS tape with the lion or something.
Okay,
or
that was.
whatever.
I think that's second season.
I don't know. Like, I didn't get to all of the space drama, people combining with people in order to make lots of different people and
fusion. Ha!
Yeah. Again, I love the show, but that large hump is a large fucking hump.
It kind of makes it sound like I don't know, the Final Fantasy 13 of television or something.
There are so many Final Fantasy 13s of television. There are so many shows where it's like, oh, once you get to season 4, it really starts getting going, and I'm like, how much free time do you think I have? What is it?
Well, plenty. You do commentary with us.
Yeah, I mean, good point. Wow, she basically disintegrated there. Okay. Well, I know that people really definitely get into a lot of... Oh, God, no! Sandy!
Hans!
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody really uses TiVo anymore, but once TiVo came out and recording your shows became easy as opposed to dealing with the nightmare that was your VHS...
Your VCR.
VCR box. And I remember my parents tried to get me to set up the VCR. I was like 10 years old. They were out somewhere, and they tried to get me to set up the VCR to record an episode of Survivor over the phone, and that was an adventure. I'll just say that.
I can imagine.
But nowadays we don't have to worry about.
I didn't set it up properly, and my grandparents said I vote Ted off the island.
Man, you were having bad luck with these pits today.
Well, the knockback also makes Simon Belmont think he has it easy, so there's that.
Yeah, that kind of looked like the enemy was made of actual rubber.
Yeah.
The same rubber that bouncy balls are made of.
So anyway, back on topic, which was the topic that was off topic. I'm really glad that now with streaming services, you don't have to worry about missing an episode anymore, or waiting for the rerun that's never going to pop up, or having to open up your TV guide. Which is...
TV guide, holy shit.
Hey, I remember TV guides, alright?
So do I. I mean, I remember the episode of Malcolm in the Middle where I think they got either cable or satellite. And Reese and Hal just spent the entire episode in front of the TV watching the channels click by, like, look at how many channels we have. And they spend the whole episode just sitting there. It's like, it's still not through a loop.
Like, I'd say we're at least a good 10 or more years before we get to that point, but yeah. But I mean, then why would you pay for Netflix when Brain Scratch Commentaries is free on YouTube?
Well, not technically, because you have to pay for internet service.
It's free.
Okay, but we're not getting a cut of that money, so we need to call Comcast and complain.
We're not?
No, we're not.
Man.
Nothing is free.
Nothing is, not even breathing?
If something is free, then it's not. Then you're the product.
Wait, what service are we providing to Oxygen? I also just noticed that they put a lot of energy into making sure that the underwear, actually, twists realistically, as opposed to just rotating.
No expense was spared.
Underwear physics is the future, boys.
Expense has been spared to acquire food technology.
Because the restaurant closes at 6.
At 6. Today's fat customers.
I think it's Gumball. Yeah, I caught an episode of that while I was in PAX earlier this year, and I thought it was funny, but I didn't, immediately think about watching it.
I assume you've seen the video game RPG one.
No, I don't think I have.
Come into my house and sleep on my bed. He won't mind if we take all of his money. He's an NPC. And then it just goes to close up on that guy shedding a single tear because he can't move.
The clips I've seen of that episode are were pretty funny. Like, there's one person who says like, "Oh, this pallet's been here since the 1950s," and then there's like an instruction for just like even a woman can open this, and it's just like, yeah. But hey, it was 25 cents for a whole pallet. Times must have been easier back then, weren't they? That guy, you see, that needs to be the new Fortnite dance. That guy's little jig right there.
The shimmy?
Yeah. Oh man, way to rain on that guy's parade. That
It
a
always
used condom.
it makes me laugh that there's a thundercloud underwater on 2 levels, because the lightning and the water really shouldn't mix, but also because clouds are just water.
Yes.
So
There's also waterfalls and pools of water. to
no,
the
it's
left of there.
goo.
Well, no,
it's goo, John. It's
No,
different.
there are pools of, I think it's like a nitrogen-based compound that form like lakes and rivers underwater on the floor.
Well, I mean,
So those things do exist.
you can save the kids by dropping them into the ocean, and they never come back out. But don't worry, they're off the balloon, so
They're fine.
it's safer.
But somebody please think of the children.
Nah.
Hey, you can save the children by bubble bashing each of the balloons.
So, I know Mrs. Puff is kind of a wreck,
Yeah.
but like, does she always shake that constantly in the show? I don't remember that.
No,
No.
not really, because that's harder to animate for a 2D thing, because you have to draw the different frames over and over again. But she was that much of a wreck in the show, for sure. Like,
Well, so
And then
with SpongeBob anyway, yeah.
And for some reason in her house there's a picture of her standing in her doorway from when she entered the house. Which is a detail I will never forget because I found it so weird when I first saw it.
I don't know if they ever explain what happened to Mr. Puff.
Oh, he became a light, remember?
Oh, yeah, they do explain.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
He got-
jeez.
He got caught and made into a light.
Oh. Oh,
Whatever happened to what happened to Mr. Puff? She doesn't like to talk about it.
oh, yeah, that was the episode where her and Mr. Krabs fell in love. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
I think he's talking about the fact that they went
No,
they
I'm
went
not
there
talking about
that
that.
the
Mr.
husband
Puff,
is dead.
like, yeah, Mr. Puff is he just fucking died.
well, I
He
mean,
was
what
made
else are
into
they
a
gonna
lamp.
do? Talk about the traumatic impact that their divorce had on them? Like, if you've looked, have you looked up the psychological stuff of statistics about divorce? Because there are people, there is studies that show that going through a divorce can afflict more mental stress on someone than going to prison. I'm not joking. That
Oh man, I'm like secretly paying attention to like all the best out of context shit for this commentary. And again, what is this part 6, Battle for Bikini Bottom? Have you ever looked at the mental repercussions of divorce?
no, but dude, if you get it worse than prison, like I mean, like that's still like that blew my mind when I was taking my psych classes, and yeah, that poor kid, he's dead.
Yeah, he's fine. He's having time of his life.
Are you sure about that? He looks
Yeah.
he looks very afraid.
And if he wants to get out, just look for one of the many safety hooks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spongebob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. In this part,
I cannot listen to this song without thinking of Octodad.
oh yeah, no, they're definitely going for that like Beach Boys.
Yeah.
60s-ish guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
like, because there's water goop stuff there, it's no longer solid matter. Maybe it's some strange chemical that renders solid objects incorporeal. Do you think that might be the case?
No.
No. I was so proud of that theory, too.
Shut up, Matt Pat.
In any case, what was I saying before I got distracted?
Something about Harry Potter?
No, that was
Well,
the
that as I say, that could be many parts.
Yeah,
What would happen if Ted actually played on an actual Xbox? Because you know he bursts into flames whenever he touches the PlayStation, and he has to wear protective gloves for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably get really bad heartburn. Maybe. I don't
Do you already break out into hives when you have to play a game on the PC?
know. No, because I'm using my PC normally. Like, I use that
No,
all
but
the
playing
time.
games specifically.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to those sorts of things. Jeez. Why do you guys always have to make assumptions about me and my life? You don't know what I've been through. Except for what I've been through for like the past however many years I've been part of Brain Scratch.
You know, this channel's turning 10 next year.
Yeah, I know.
So we got a pretty good assumption on what you go through.
I mean, I guess.
I have a task that I think he can help me with.
Why? Okay, you're gonna trust Patrick instead of me. All right.
To be fair, would you trust SpongeBob either?
I trust him before I trust Patrick.
And worse.
Well, let me put it this way.
Get rid of that no-good robot.
Patrick would fuck up.
Big reward.
SpongeBob would fuck shit up.
The thing is that if you break them, even while the game's not going, you'll still get the prize for winning.
Nope.
So yeah, it's just funny. Okay, I also instinctively went.
Teacups.
I instinctively went to that porta potty because in the movie game, that's how you change your characters. So I went in there being like, okay, I can switch to SpongeBob, but it's like, no, you can't.
Why didn't you go into the teacups and then spin it obnoxiously fast for everyone involved?
Because there's no handle to do it. Also,
Aw.
Patrick doesn't have fingers, so.
That didn't stop the Powerpuff Girls.
Do they ever bring up how the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When?
see-
There's an episode where they swap eyes with the professor, Miss Bellum, and the mayor, and Buttercup goes to pick up the phone, but she can't because she doesn't know how fingers work.
Wait, no, Ted, go in the. There we go.
Am I living in a box?
No, you live under a rock.
Talk about a beach bum.
I get it.
I thought he was a star.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. I am skipping that dialogue.
Yeah. It's like, wow,
gonna
you just
hear
kind of
it
blitzed
plenty.
through that.
You're going to see that same dialogue over and over again. So
What about Italian?
that's just a reference to one of the different one of the episodes where he says something and he's like, "Bless you," and he's like, "I don't speak Italian," and it's just him being it's just God, there's a
Patrick
name
being
for that
Patrick.
kind of humor. And I also do like the different. I do like some of the visual stuff that they do for it. Like, for example, like the obvious FU button on Sandy like has a whack me sign or something like that on it. Like they point out how dumb. I mean, granted, these are the same robots that have an obey and a don't obey switch. So you know.
You set the switch to evil.
I don't see the background. What are you talking
So
about?
Yeah, we
if you
just saw
look in
him.
the background, like it's to the right now, so you can just barely not see it. The fish head's there. He's like commentating the match, like right. He's right
Oh,
behind
okay.
Sandy.
He's ringside. He's ringside.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Okay.
probably a better way to say it. I don't watch redneck anime, so I don't know the terminology. That redneck anime is wrestling, for the record.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah.
He's
But-
not wrong.
32 cents to Dean's little shop of dried fish flakes and flowers.
Oh wow, cool. But
Do you have not taste buds? There's nothing wrong with this redneck anime. It's delicious.
Ooh.
anyway, I completely lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Sorry about that. I kind of made you like your train of thought.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
Are you sure you're up to this task?
That wobbling nose is distracting me.
yeah, that.
We'll meet you down there.
Merman Man's voice makes me sad. I mean, granted, again, we talked about how they probably weren't able to get Ernest Borgnine for this, but I wish they got a better
Sound alike.
impersonator. Yeah.
It's the Mermalayer.
What?
I mean, many people did think SpongeBob was evil because he like.
I mean, he is kind of a menace to everyone around him.
But yeah, it's a fun move. It's just you have to be careful not to use it when there's too many enemies around or anything like. I don't even know what happened
damn.
there. All right.
Yeah, you got hurt.
Okay, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Well, thank you.
You're
You're welcome.
Were you talking to John, or was Captain Obvious the name of the guy whose hand just saved you?
No, that's Hans. That's Hans.
Hans.
Oh. Is his last name obvious?
You know what? I never thought to think about that.
So is
So sure.
that supposed to be the same as the captain from the beginning of beginning?
I always took them as the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm oh no! Patrick decided to pick up the fruit backwards for some reason. Okay, all right, whatever then.
Well, he didn't die, so.
Yeah, that's true, but I gotta backtrack for it now. Granted, death in this.
Yep.
Uh,
I hate you, watermelon.
hey, SpongeBob.
Was it actually 12 seconds later?
Probably. It takes it doesn't take that long.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't take long to retry.
Yeah.
Just how many times you'll be retrying is the real question.
Yeah. So,
That's kind of like me in Zelda puzzles, where it's like, oh, you have to hit things in a certain order, or it's kind of puzzle I always try 23 as number 1, because that's usually what it is for them.
yeah, but I mean that's just Nintendo's favorite one, though. to
Yeah,
be fair.
that's also partially why I do it. Try that first. Although I think in Skyward Sword it wasn't 23 as number 1.
Oh, what was it then? Was it?
I honestly don't remember. I think it was
Was it
3,
23 is
12
number 2?
12 is number 3.
That would be 1, 2, 3.
Yes, thank you, Lewis. You finally got it.
Is the Murmur Layer computer voiced by Tom Kenny's wife like
I
Plankton's
think it's
computer?
actually voiced by Sandy's voice actress.
Gotcha. Because I know Plankton's computer is voiced by Tom Kenny's wife.
Oh wait, really?
I think so, yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Jeez.